Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good
Evening.
evening, ma'am.
We have more number of people today, yes, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
And one or two ID there. Some two people are also there.
Oh, okay.
Kavinaya's sister is there. I think Sabari's sister may be there. I'm not sure. Like that, Srinidhi also. I think sister or brother is there. Maybe there. They're all our veterans, old students. I think they are with us from seventh, eighth onwards.
Okay, okay, okay. That's nice. Okay, we'll begin in a minute. In the previous session, as we have discussed, uh, we finished talking about cells, their types, the organelles, and we have talked about cell division, right? Now, what we will do is we will go ahead with tissues. We will go ahead with tissues, and there will be a separate session on cell organelles, which we will take up after we finish off with tissues. Okay, so we'll start with tissues today. We have the structure of our body, or any living organism is like cell. The combination of cells gives you tissues, and the combination of tissues will give you organs, right? So today's session will be about tissues, what tissues are, what is their function, what how they are formed, the difference between the presence of tissues in plants and animals, and on what basis they are different. And we will understand the first part of plant tissues, that is the meristematic tissues. You all are from ninth or 10th class, right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So in the ninth class, you are given in your NCRT, you have this chapter of tissues, and in that you are given about the types and differentiation of tissues. We'll begin the session with understanding of tissues, and we'll go ahead. Okay. Just give me a moment, I'll share my screen. Let me know if the presentation is visible to you.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll understand tissues. We'll start with the definition. It is nothing but a group of similar cells that work together to perform a specific function. So if you have seen in the cells, we have cell membrane, we have nucleus, we have organelles. Organelles in detail we will go ahead with in another session after we finish off with tissues. But organelles, as you know, they have their own individual functions. Similarly, tissues also have their own function. Okay, so the cells which perform a specific function are grouped together in a multicellular body, which give you a tissue, which gives you a tissue. Why is the presence of tissues important? It is important because it helps to divide the labor. There is a concept of division of labor in every living organism. Division of labor simply means you are dividing the work that has to be done in your body, and you are distributing it among various parts of your body. Tissues, the presence of tissues allows you to divide that labor. For example, in a unicellular organism like amoeba, we have understood the process of nutrition in amoeba, right? We know that amoeba will expand its cytoplasm, and it will grab the food particle, and all the processes after grabbing the food particle, that is ingestion, assimilation, digestion, and excretion, all will be performed by a single cell. But it is possible in such a minute organism. A complex body like those of mammals or human beings or even reptiles, it is not possible for one part of the body to perform all the functions. So the division of labor is very important in complex organisms. So the presence of tissues, the formation of tissues is needed to divide the labor and make higher level structures possible. These higher level structures are nothing but the organs. Okay. General functions. Why I write general functions here is uh, in uh, in various tissues, individual tissue will perform a specific function. In general, they will provide these four things, that is protection, support, transport, and growth. But individually, when we talk specifically about a particular tissue, it will do a certain different function. It will perform a different function. Okay. Now, before going ahead, I just want to discuss this with you people. This is very basic. This is fourth and fifth class science. Who can tell me the difference between plants and animals? Basic difference.
Ma'am, plants can make their own food, but whereas the animals rely on them, ma'am, to get food.
Okay, that is one. Second,
Ma'am, the complexity of structures differs between a plant and an animal, ma'am.
what did you say?
The complexity of cells and their structure in plants and animals differ, ma'am.
How? On what basis you are saying that that differs?
On the basis of their structure of cells and tissues, ma'am, and their functions.
Okay, let's not go into the concept of their cells or functions. Just tell me physically how they differ from each other.
Ma'am, the plants take carbon dioxide and release oxygen, ma'am, whereas the animals breathe oxygen and then release carbon dioxide.
So during respiration in plants, plants also take up oxygen, my dear. They take up carbon dioxide only during photosynthesis. At
Yeah,
night
yes,
time,
ma'am. During photosynthesis, I am telling.
plants also release carbon dioxide at night time. I am
Yes,
saying
ma'am.
don't go into the complexity. Like I said earlier, it is your basic fourth, fifth class science. So you tell me in a very primitive way how plants and animals are different from each other.
Animals can move while plants cannot move from a fixed place, ma'am.
Correct. Excellent. This is what I needed. One thing is their movement differs, right? Second is their growth. Plants only grow in one direction. Okay. Roots grow into the soil in the downward direction, and roots, the growth of roots is very limited, while the stem grows in the upward direction. They do not grow outwards or in any other direction. Okay. Third is their structure. Their structure in the sense they do not have softer skin, that is the covering and the outer side of the plants is hard. Why? To give them a strength to stand. Because they are not moving, they are out in the open. Because the plants are not moving, they are out in the open. So their body, their existence needs a mechanical strength to overcome the atrocities, or what we can say, to overcome the adversity of the environment. Understood? So their structure is different from animals. Animals can hide themselves, they can run away from an obstacle, but plants cannot do that. So that structure is also different in plants and animals. Now, why I ask this question is, based on these things, the tissues that are present in plants and animals are also different in their structures, in their functions, in their organization. They are totally different in plants and animals. Like we saw in cells, we saw that uh, the cell wall of plants have the cell of a plant has cell walls, right, to give them mechanical strength. But animals do not have those that cell wall because they do not need the mechanical strength. Okay. So what we are going to see next is the factors that affect plant and animal tissues and their differences. These are the three things that affect the presence or the type of tissues that are present in plants and animals. Movement, growth, and structural organization. Movement needs more strengthy tissues, correct, muscular tissues. So that is present in animals. They are not present in plants. In plants, there are other type of tissues that help them grow into. I mean, they help them grow into the movement of their growth, like downward and upward. So the tissues that grow are present only in certain parts of plants. The point of growth is also, like I said, in unidirection. That is unidirectional growth is present in plants, while animals grow in all directions. So likewise, there is a difference in presence of tissues in plants and animals, and structural organization, like I discussed. Is there any doubt till now? Because now we are moving on with plant tissues. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Moving on with plant tissues, there are two types of plant tissues, basic types, meristematic and permanent. Meristematic and permanent tissues differ in their structure, or you can say the cells of meristematic tissues are living, while certain cells of permanent tissues are dead. The cells which are living, they continue to grow till the time they become dead and they become hard when they die. When the cells of plants die, they become hard, which gives the strength to the plants. Okay, we will not go into the details of permanent tissues today. We will simply understand the presence of meristematic tissues, and in the next session, when we learn about permanent, we'll go into the details. So talking about meristematic tissues, we have three types of meristematic tissues, which are located. Meristematic means they are living tissues, they are growing tissues. They grow, they divide, and they provide the growth in the body of the plant. Like if certain meristematic tissue is present at the tip of the plant, then the tip of the plant will continue to grow till the time that meristem becomes dead and the growth stops. Okay, so meristematic tissues are of three types based on their location in the plant cell. If you can see here, this is a basic stem of a plant. So as you can see here, this is apical meristem. Apical meristem, apical word means apex. Apex means at the top. So apical meristem is present at the tip of a plant where it grows outwards. Okay. Then there is intercalary meristem, which is present in the nodal part of the plant. As you can see here, nodal plant. Now see this part where this branch is coming out of the stem. This also needs a certain type of growth, which should not be upward. This needs outward growth, right? So there is a different type of meristem that will help to grow a certain part of the plant in the outward direction, which we call as intercalary meristem. It is present at the nodes of the leaves. Nodes of the leaves means towards the end of the leaf or the beginning of the outer branch of a plant. Okay. This highlighted part is made up of intercalary stem. Intercalary meristem. And lastly, there is lateral meristem that is present on the sides of a plant stem. Lateral means sides, right? So it is present in the sides of the plant cell, where plant stem, where the plant needs to grow in circular manner. Like the width of the stem is increasing. When you grow a plant, the stem will be very thin. Okay, very small in radius, but that radius has to grow, correct? So that growth is given by the lateral meristem, which is present in the sides of the plant stem. As you can see here, it is a upper shoot of the lateral meristem. This shows a circular lateral meristem. This circle will keep on growing and it will give width to the stem of the plant. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Bhuvan? Okay. So what we are going to learn in the next session is about simple permanent tissues, that is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. This was a very simple topic. The next topics are a bit complex. So in the next session, we will only understand simple permanent tissues. I would like you to read the portion in your NCRT about parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma before we go ahead with the next session. I wanted you to read this also, but I skipped informing you in advance. So in today's session, I am telling you, okay, please go through the portion given in your NCRT about parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Now I'm giving you 5 minutes. Just go through this slides, and I'll ask you certain questions based on this.
Yes, Sudha, you wanted to say something? Yeah, you can switch on your mic and then speak, Sudha.
Ma'am, how tissues support in our body?
They join together and they form an organ. Support is like, for example, your skin. In your body, your skin is made up of tissues, epithelial tissues, which we will learn in animal tissues. But epithelial tissues, they are providing support to your skin. Like it is not losing its shape. Getting the point? So that is a support. But support is a major function for plants in case of tissues.
But in animal
Okay, ma'am.
thing, do we need bone for tissue to support?
Bones are there. Bones will have tendons and ligaments for to hold them together. The tissues in animals are highly complex, and they need there are tissues which are conducting the materials. The blood is also a type of tissue. There are bones for structural organization. The body depends on bones, but to protect the bones we have ligaments. To connect the bones we have cartilage. So there are multiple types of tissues that are working together to give a proper balance to your body.
And also, ma'am, what is the meaning of TS, ma'am?
Transverse section. Transverse section is, see, if you can see here, it is given in a frontal image, right? But that when you cut it off from the top part and you can see from the top, then it looks like this circle. Understood?
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
It's a transverse section, huh?
Transverse section.
Oh, okay. Right. Maybe I think the other word is longitudinal section.
LS of a shoot or LS of something.
In engineering, we call it as longitudinal
There is
direction.
lateral section also.
Yeah, lateral.
With the side view, yeah.
Correct. This capillary thing happens through the tissue? No, I mean in the plant,
Huh?
the capillary thing happens through the root and it comes to the stem.
Capillary.
Is it capillary? It's what is called. I mean, all the nutrients, water will flow from the root to stem, no?
Xylem and phloem.
Oh, okay, okay. But some stems are shallow, madam. Some stems are very strong. Like for example, papaya. That stem is not very
Huh.
strong.
It depends on the presence of layers of tissues.
Oh,
If some plants need less strength, the layers of tissues are less in number.
okay, okay. And in the human body, in the leg, that what is called that muscle or the tissue is said it is the second heart of the body. Why is it called? I do not know. Maybe I don't know whether I was able to tell you properly.
I don't understand, sir, which tissue
No,
you were
maybe
talking.
it is a different thing altogether. Because doctors say when there is a heart problem, they
Uh-huh.
say human body has got three hearts. They say one is a heart, normal heart. The other one is in the leg, be, below the knee on the back side. That is called Achilles, huh? Achilles or something.
Okay.
That is also is like a heart. They say. I don't know how they are saying that. I do not know. Medically,
Okay.
they say these are three hearts. Suppose, how do you know that you have a heart problem? One is the heart should ache, pain should come, or if you have a pain, tissue pain here in the leg, then that also may be connected to the heart problem.
Okay.
They say like that. I mean, biologically, I do not know what is the explanation, but generally, doctors say that you have three hearts.
Which is the third one you said?
Both the legs, no, the leg, in both the legs,
Okay.
left and right.
Okay, okay.
That
Understood.
behind, I mean, below the knee, on the back side, that Achilles or something like that. They say, I think that tissues is like heart. Suppose you have any heart problem, sometimes because of diabetic or something, you don't feel the pain.
Huh.
But if there is a pain on the leg, then you can always assume there is something wrong with your heart.
Okay. Okay.
Doctors say this. Many all these geriatric doctors who deal with the old people, they say these things.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, may not be. It's nothing to do with your subject right now.
Right. Okay. I will be now sharing a list of questions.
Yeah.
Just let's discuss them. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. All right. Meristematic tissues are responsible for. Please answer
Growth
this.
of plants, ma'am.
Growth of plants. Why? Because meristems are living cells. Meristematic tissues contain living cells, and only living cells can go through cell division. So But with cell division, the growth happens, right? Next, which of the following is an example of intercalary meristem?
Cambium of stem.
Cambium of stem, ma'am.
What do you mean by cambium? Which part?
Middle part.
Ma'am, the part where the leaves start to grow, ma'am.
Ma'am, in the stems, ma'am.
No, it is not the part where the leaves start to grow. They are called nodes or base of leaves. Cambium of stem is the it is a part of the stem which is located at the sides. So cambium of stems contains the lateral meristem and not the intercalary meristem.
Bark of tree.
Huh?
Bark of tree.
Bark of tree again contains the lateral meristem because it has to grow and it is made up of dead cells. The correct answer is intercalary meristem is present in base of grass leaves. Like I said while explaining intercalary meristem, that the leaves, the base of leaves, the end of leaves contain the intercalary meristem because that's where they come out of the branch. The outward growth in any plant is provided by intercalary meristem. Understood?
So option B is the answer.
Yes, option B is the answer.
Okay.
What type of meristem helps in increasing the thickness of trees?
Lateral meristem.
Lateral meristem, ma'am.
Apical
Lateral-
meristem.
Apical meristem helps in
Lateral.
upward growth of the plant. Apical word itself means related to apex. Apex word stands for top. So apical meristem is present at the top of the plants where the plants grow upwards. Okay, so the thickness, or we also call it girth, Girth, girth of the trees is provided by the lateral meristem. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So which part of a plant has apical meristem?
Root tip and shoot tip.
Root tip and shoot tip.
Root tip and shoot tip, because it is always present at the tips. So even apical meristem is present at the outward tip of the roots where it grows inside the soil. Understood? It's not only present in the stem, it is also present in the root tip which has to grow into the soil. What do you mean by stem cortex? Does anyone know? What is a stem cortex? It is
Ma'am, ground tissue of the stem, ma'am.
ground tissue. What does it mean?
Present at the lower level of the stem, ma'am.
No. Towards the ground, you are saying?
I think so.
No. Understand that cortex is something that is present inside a particular part of any living organism. When we talk about stem, it is a kind of a fluid, not literally fluid. It is a part inside the stem between where the xylem and phloem are present inside the stem. Between xylem and phloem and the outer layer of the stem, there is a part called cortex present in the stem. Okay, it is not literally fluid. It is the region of the stem between the epidermis, that is the outer layer of the stem, and the vascular tissues. As you have learnt in 9th class, vascular tissues are xylem and phloem. So between them, there is a region called stem cortex. Are we clear?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Meristematic cells are different from permanent cells because they
Can divide
They
continuously,
can
ma'am.
divide continuously, ma'am.
correct. As the name suggests, permanent cells, permanent itself means that is the last stage that where they can reach. So they will not grow further, they will not divide further, and they are dead cells. So they are not permanent. They are permanent, so they will not divide. So meristematic cells are different because they can divide continuously. Okay. And the answer to this is not are dead because not all permanent cells are dead. Understand that also. When we go ahead with
Only
the topic of
sclerenchyma.
permanent cells, yeah,
One is sclerenchyma dead cell.
I don't hear you. I can't hear you. Beta.
I said that only sclerenchyma is dead, ma'am.
Yeah, only sclerenchyma is dead and some portion of parenchyma and even in xylem and phloem, some parts are dead, but not all parts are dead. So just because we write permanent cells, it does not directly imply dead cells. Okay. Okay. Moving on with true or false. Just say true or false. Meristematic tissues are found only in roots. True or false?
False.
False, ma'am.
False,
False.
ma'am.
They are also
False.
found in stem. Lateral meristem is responsible for secondary growth.
True, ma'am.
What is
True, ma'am.
secondary growth? What is secondary growth? What do you mean by primary growth in plants? Primary growth is growth of roots inside the soil and growth of stem outside the soil in the upward direction. Secondary growth is growth in the width. So lateral meristem is definitely responsible for secondary growth. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Intercalary meristem is absent in woody plants. There are some woody plants where intercalary meristem is absent. Woody plants means those which do not grow leaves or which do not have leaf nodes. But that is not the case in all the plants, okay, all the woody plants. So this statement is false that it is absolutely absent in woody plants. It is definitely absent in some of them. So your work for today will be finding out in what plants is intercalary meristem absent. Okay, if you need, just note it down. Find out in in which plants is intercalary meristem absent. Noted?
Yes, ma'am.
So the question, if it is like this, all intercalary meristem is absent in, intercalary meristem is absent in all woody plants. That would be more easy to
Yeah.
understand.
Understood.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that is. So sometimes they will, intentionally they will confuse you students. See, these
Yes,
examiners,
yes.
their dirty cleverness will be there with the examiners. We used to say like that.
Okay, next, meristematic cells have thick, rigid cell walls. Now, this is an applicative question. I did not talk about the cell walls of meristematic cells, but you need to understand that as these cells are dividing, first thing, as these cells are present in the growing parts of the plant, if they have rigid cell walls, it becomes difficult for them to divide. So you need to understand that meristematic cells will not have thick walls, but they will have thin cell walls. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. The last one, permanent tissues do not divide.
True.
True, like I said, they are permanent, they cannot divide further. But if the question is permanent tissues are dead, then it is false because not all permanent tissues are dead. Okay. The tissue responsible for the primary growth of plants is called
Meristematic tissue.
Meristems.
which one? Which meristem?
Apical meristem.
Apical meristem. Please remember primary growth and secondary growth. Dash meristem is found at the base of leaves in grasses.
Lateral.
Base of leaves. It is always intercalary. Here also the answer was base of grass leaves. Where is intercalary meristem present? A base of grass leaves. So any leaves, basically any leaves will have intercalary meristem at their base or at their nodes. The cambium is an example of dash meristem.
Intercalary.
Why such a confusion? We just discussed. Like I asked the question, what is cambium of stem? I said it is the side part, lateral part of the stem. So what will be the tissue that present there? It would be lateral meristem. Yes, any confusion, any doubt? What happened? What is cambium of stem? It is the lateral part of the stem which is present in the outer part of the stem. So it is called cambium. So which type of tissue will be present there? It would be lateral meristem. Understood? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Dear, I am using a tablet to present the slide, so I cannot see the screen of the meeting. So if you have any questions, please unmute yourselves and ask me. I cannot see who has raised a hand or anything. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Cells of meristematic tissue have dash cytoplasm and small vacuoles. This was not covered in the presentation. I would say that the cells of meristematic tissue, any cell which is living, any cell which is capable of dividing will always have a dense cytoplasm. Because we understood in cell division that the cytoplasm itself also gets divided during cell division, and as the cytoplasm has to be divided, it has to be extremely dense to contain the needed organelles or the needed portion of the cell. So the cytoplasm of the meristematic tissue cells will be always dense. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So permanent tissues are formed when meristematic cells dash the ability to divide. When they
Lose the ability to divide,
Last
ma'am.
year.
when they lose the ability to divide, they convert into permanent tissues. Okay. Last portion. Why are meristematic cells always in a state of division?
Because they are living cells, ma'am.
They are living cells and they are responsible for the growth of plants. How do apical and lateral meristem differ in function?
Apical is responsible for the growth at the tips and increasing the length, ma'am.
We call
While-
frontal growth. Please
Yes, ma'am.
don't forget to mention the type of growth we are talking. And
lateral is responsible for the growth and thickness or at the girth, ma'am.
that is secondary growth in plants. What would happen if a plant loses its intercalary meristem?
Leaves should not be developing.
Correct. That is, what can happen is once the leaves are there, okay, and if the intercalary meristem is missing, So leaves will stop growing to a particular length. Leaves may come out of the branch because of growing cells, but they will not attain their uh, accurate height or the length. Okay, so the leaves will grow shorter. Understood? Name one place in a plant where each type of meristem is found. Apical meristem is found in
The root and shoot of the plant, ma'am.
okay. Then
Intercalary
when you
present
talk
in the
about
stem.
I'm sorry, but when you talk about apical meristem, please mention when you are saying root and shoot, but mention tip of the root and tip of the shoot. Okay,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
it is present only at the tips. Then intercalary meristem is found in
The nodes of leaves, ma'am.
nodes of leaves. Okay, and lateral meristem at the in the sides of the plant stem. Okay,
Stem, ma'am.
all right. So that's all for today. What I would like you to do is I simply asked you one question. Go ahead and find out intercalary meristem is absent in what plants, in which plants, and why they are not needed in such plants. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will be sharing the presentation as well as this quiz to you all for your reference. Is that clear?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, sir.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.